Hello, welcome to ETRetail's panel discussion on how restaurants are using tech to enhance the consumer journey. This discussion is a part of ETRetail Tech Summit, which is slated to happen in Mumbai on May 25th. As you have seen that the restaurant industry is changing at a very fast pace. The industry which used to focus earlier upon the service, the quality of service, the food, and how it can tantalize the taste buds of the consumer has quickly adopted the tech post COVID. And they are bringing in changes, they are introducing contactless menus, they are integrating tech specifically at the back end in the kitchen, enhancing automation, and doing a lot many things. So before we delve deeper into it, we have esteemed panelists with us. We can talk about to them. Yeah, but let me introduce you to first, all of them. So we have Amit Bagga, who is the co-founder of Daryaganj. Then we have Yogendra Singh, who is the CTO of Barista. And then we have Simranjeet Singh, who is the director of CYK Hospitalities. Welcome to the discussion. So first of all, I would love to know from you how the consumer expectations are changing and what is the role of technology in matching those consumer expectations.
So what I would like to say is that after COVID, yes, there was, when the first lockdown happened, everyone was like at home, everyone is at home and no one knew what's going to happen. In fact, that time everyone was very, it's like you never knew whether we will in fact open again or not. That was a time, first 4 months when we were always a dine-in focused business that time. We never had delivery. Those 4 months we had no business. Then we have to realize we have to do something to start delivery. And in those 4 months, we realized the value of technology. Even, the whole world got together because of technology. Zoom calls were like very common. Before that, no one was even, knew about Zoom. Zoom became very common. Zoom calls, remote working became, very popular. And, we also realized that how it's important to involve technology in all your, in your business. For us, that time, at least for me personally, that time I spent, I, looked at a lot of data because all I had was data which I could do work with that time. So I looked at a lot of data of our business, created a lot of metrics, and then, I mapped the whole technology landscape in a restaurant. So I would say I divided into a few buckets. One was the customer journey, starting from the first point where the customer comes to your restaurant or actually orders from your restaurant, up to the time he gives, the bill and the feedback. So the whole journey, the customer journey mapping I did. And then we looked at, what are the operational technology, which is going to help the business. For example, supply chain management, softwares, purchase, all these things came in. And the fourth bucket for me was the data analytics, which is very important. What all are the data points? How do you collect them? How do you analyze them? What should be the metric? What should be the KPI around them? So this was all very good for me to understand and map all the technology in restaurants. So one thing, in the beginning when that time, when the restaurants opened up, there was very big fear of, touching surfaces or, there was a lot of fear of COVID that time. And everyone had moved to QR code menus. It did work well that time. But honestly, today, people still want that touch and feel menu in our traditional restaurants like us. So obviously delivery anyways has to be through an online menu, but dine-in people have still moved back to the traditional menus. So we realized that QR codes were the most important thing at that time because any customer coming into the restaurant didn't want to touch the physical menu. So it really helped. Today, things have changed a bit. We have still, we at least as a brand have moved back to the physical menus because that's what people come for, a physical. They want that touch and feel. They want to feel that menu in their hand and do that. But at the same time, what happens is that the technology has helped in the back end the most. More than the front side when the customer experience we are mapping. What's really helped us is the back end. Where, for example, in those times when we were about to start our restaurants, we decided, okay, we have to maximize our revenue, we have to reduce our expenses. So we mapped the hours of our restaurant, what time, what is selling, and how, and accordingly we decided what should be the operational hours. Then according to the operational hours, we decided, okay, these are the number of people we need. Accordingly, they have, the shift is going to be like shift managing the shifts and getting the minimum number of people on, at that time, because that time salaries were very important to be controlled. So revenue was not that much. So that that had started from there. Then data analytics, like analyzing our data. What is our day sale? What is our dinner sale? For example, a business like us, before 7 p.m. we do 48% of our sales, and after 7 p.m. we do 52%, which really helps in keeping the numbers good. And so if any of our outlets goes below, say, a certain metric which we have made, say it goes below 45%, we start taking action immediately. We start doing some promotions for the lunch or whatever needs to be done to push that day sale. Same way, we also analyze another way. We also look at it this way: our Monday to Thursday, which is the weekdays, and Friday to Sunday, weekday and weekend sales. What is the percentage there? So for our weekday sales, about 45%. So if it starts going below 40%, we start doing the promotions accordingly on the weekdays. So it helps us keeping the getting our maximum capacity utilized, and we know that we're hitting the right numbers.
So technology basically helps you understand your consumer better, and you can mold the things as per your own needs. That
Right.
is. So Yogendra, when we come to you, how are you using tech to match the changing consumer expectations?
Before COVID, the situation was very different in terms of restaurant and retail organizations. But during COVID, we understand many things, that what exactly consumer is expecting from organizations. So we build one technology, that is .pay QR-based mobile ordering system, to enable multiple features like without any application, you can order whatever you want from anywhere. You can order, and from your nearby location you can pick the order, or you can get the order. There is no war to maintain the mode of payments. You can do whatever you want. So similar way, there is so much challenges and so much changes happening in during COVID situation. Now situation is so different because every user is a techie right now. During COVID, they understand that how they can use the technology. So now they are expecting everything by the technology. They don't want to wait in queue. They are just ordering by the mobile and just take the order within a second or within a 1 minute, right? So similar way, they are expecting more than that. So similar way, you can say that the technology is changing, and the behavior of purchasing behavior of consumer is also changing.
So mobile ordering has become a habit of
Right,
consumers right
right.
now. So I would like to know from you, Simran. Tell me one thing: mobile ordering has become a habit. So is customization is also becoming a habit of the consumers?
Actually, customization has become a habit for a customer for sure, and because the SOPs are actually being technologized in the kitchen very much. So with a restaurant like Barista, or maybe with a restaurant like Daryaganj, when they have already frozen their recipes and done a very good R&D in the kitchen with the technology, they have played a very good hand-in-hand role with AI and the technologies. They have freezed the recipes in very good manner, and that has actually being replicated at the store levels also. So let's say if I'm having any coffee, let's say at a outlet of Barista at Delhi or maybe at Bangalore, I will have the same experience because they have played with the technology so well in the kitchen. Now the recipes have been so much freezed properly with the technologies, and that has actually helped the customer experience a lot. Now let's say whenever it comes to coffee, let's say, so now the customer is so curious and so knowledgeable because everything is being explored on digital marketing and Google and everywhere. The customer knows each and everything about their food. So whenever they are having coffee, so they know they are having a 60-40 blend, or they are having a 100% Robusta, 100% Arabica. They are actually being aware of each and everything. Because the kitchen is so much automated, it has helped the outlet servers also to help with the customization of the customers. So let's say if any customer is coming and they are saying, don't brew my coffee for, let's say, more than 5 seconds. So the recipes are so freezed that kind of customization is also possible at the store level. So yes, technology has played a very important role when it comes to customer ease for the customers, obviously, and for the restauranteurs also.
So Amit, are you also using technology to customize the experience for consumers?
Yes, we are. So, for example, we have our brand is called Daryaganj, by the inventors of butter chicken and dal makhani. And so my friend Raghav's grandfather was the one who invented butter chicken and dal makhani. And the first tandoor they put in 1947 in Delhi, and where they started making tandoori chicken and other dishes. So, I mean, from that traditional style to today, so tandoors, for example, today the charcoal tandoors are not easy to use in malls. The malls and a lot of other countries as well, they don't allow charcoal as a fuel. So they moved to gas tandoors. So now, with the gas tandoor, we realized some challenges which we try to solve through technology. So we met this company in Bangalore called Mukunda Foods. They helped us develop this tandoor which we are working on, where we give them a problem statement. So these are the problems which we face, and they found some good solutions. We are still being developed. For example, the kind of heat which comes from a charcoal tandoor. To recreate that same heat was one thing which we try to do. The way it should come out of the heat should come out of the tandoor. Then things like monitoring the temperature of the tandoor, because sometimes in a traditional setup, the tandoor temperature, if it goes up, it can burn the food, or maybe if less, the food can come undercooked. So we had one challenge was to one thing was to maintain the certain temperature in the tandoor. Then third was also to make sure that the meats or the proteins have a certain smokiness. So we worked on that as well, and all this we are trying to link to an app. So we are working on that. So that's one thing. So a traditional thing will be standardized because of technology coming in, and also looking
And
at.
how will it help in customizing the needs of the consumers?
So for also for example, there's a by customizing, I would say first of all standardizing a product will be our first motive here. That okay, standardizing the product. For example, they could be someone would like a certain type of tandoori item, or maybe cooked less or cooked more or whatever. So to maintain that, an app can do it. For example, we go the setting should be that okay, this is maybe it's like someone likes it well done. So you press the well done button, and that's how the tandoor will cook that meat. And if you wants to make it like a medium cooked, you can press the button. That kind of customization is possible in the future.
So first, we can say technology is helping us standardizing the procedures and then aiding the customization that
Right,
way.
exactly.
Yeah, and for example, there's so many permutation and combinations. I mean, we are in a CDR business. For a QSR business, for example, it could be technology can help in a lot of permutation and combinations. And so, for example, we are also looking at getting into the QSR business in the future, Indian QSR. So there, there it will help, to have so we might have different types of curries, different types of proteins, and then, a certain type of cooking technique. All this can be standardized through, technology.
Yogesh, I want to know from you, how are you using AI to enhance the consumer experience?
Yeah, you are right. AI is a very good technology, and Barista is a very good case study. And we have implemented AI with the POS application and the CCTV cameras, so that we can understand the customer behavior and the staff behavior with the customer, so that the next level of experience to the customer we can drive. And second one is we can calculate our real-time inventory. And it's not about inventory, it's about the recipe that the sir is saying, that the recipe we want to maintain. So because taste of food is depending on the recipe totally. So if you add something else or something more than the requirement, then the taste will be changed. So we are maintaining such type of things in backend in the kitchen and on the front end on the stores. So AI technology can enable many things in terms of retail or restaurant chain.
So similarly, when we talk about AI, ChatGPT is what comes to my mind. Can ChatGPT be a great tool for the restaurant industry as well?
When a restaurant is actually expanding, ChatGPT actually will actually not be able to sustain properly, because for example, customized cakes, designer cakes. The business cannot be expanded so well, because wherever human touch is there, it has some limitation. So if you want to remove those limitations, you actually need to customize. You actually need to standardize the things. So whenever it comes to AI, so AI has actually helped the cloud kitchens a lot. So for example, there is a general trend, general perception that the cloud kitchens are actually at a dirty area, for example, because because of the low rentals. People generally think that they must be at a very low lying area. So AI actually has helped that kind of perception. They have actually changed that perception, because there are a couple of cloud kitchens and couple of aggregators which have actually given you a live tracking option in that. You can actually do live tracking that that your order is being prepared, your order has been dispatched. You can easily track your rider also. So in this kind of format, AI has actually helped the cloud kitchens a lot. But when it comes to ChatGPT, that will be really difficult to implement when it comes to the expansion of the brands. At a smaller scale, that can be done.
So, like to add on in the AI, for example, in our restaurant, we have a software called Possessed. So we are working on a pilot wherein what we're doing is so in our restaurant we check all the POS data. Okay, that okay which hour what sells. So we realized that okay, in the some of our items which are the high margin items, we do menu engineering. So we decide okay, these are our menu items which are the most margin. So, for example, there is we know that okay, it's summers and lemonade will sell well. So, how do you push the sale of lemonade? So, there's a screen which we have, and I have another company called TacTalk, which has screens placed inside, displays in the restaurants. And this company TikTok has 400 displays in restaurants. So in the restaurants itself, that display screen is now we are working on a way to synchronize it with the POS system. So what happens? The POS system will use AI to see, okay, to calculate that seeing the trends. This is the high margin items, and these are the items which usually sell at this time. So maybe we can push them right now on the screen. So there's a preloaded pictures and videos of those dishes. So the AI will track that, and every time that hour which the thing has to be pushed will automatically push on the screen. And we did this, we did some case studies, and so the sales of that same item when it's displayed on the screen at that specific hour when we know it will sell now, it goes up. So example, in the evenings we know that we push a beer with the food in the evening, it will sell well. Or maybe any specific item which is doing well at that, can do very well at that hour. We can predefine it also, and AI also sees the data of the earlier months and makes decisions accordingly.
Just to add to that, and whenever these
So
kind of
does this help? Customers make their decisions at a quick pace?
I mean, when something is in front of them, the Alexa, they can say, whatever you see, you will buy.
plus discounting.
So discounting, we don't believe in as a brand. Okay. So we don't do any discounting. It's just that popping that thing out in front of the screen at the restaurant, it compels the customer to buy it. It's a very nice looking video with the food, looking very delicious. It will compel them to buy that dish. So yes, so I mean that helps. So that the AI, if is with the data, it learns over a period of time that this is what is supposed to sell at this hour, and that this should be pushed on the screen. And that's what we've been working on. And even so AI is going to be and like you spoke about ChatGPT. A few days back I said okay, I wrote on ChatGPT that okay, what is please give me act like a professional and give me some SOPs for this certain procedure. It did give me a very good answer, which I could say, okay, this is 80% there, and the data is learning, and so the AI is learning, and with some time it can answer all your questions. You could have any question regarding your operations, you can go and ask the ChatGPT and can answer that.
So I mean, your need is going to die very soon that way.
But we can't be totally dependent on it. But it does help. For people, say single restaurant owners who don't have that access to professionals or data, they can just go and ask these questions on ChatGPT.
So actually, your OPEX gets reduced obviously if you're more familiar with the technology.
Right.
So, if I ask from you, blockchain is another thing which is there
right.
in the restaurant industry, and how in the technology, and how is your chain specifically barista using blockchain?
Recently, we have implemented customer loyalty management engine, right, with the help of AI, ML, and blockchain. So the combination of the three things, we observe so many things in terms of the customer journey. And accordingly, on the behavior, the purchase behavior, we are offering so many things to our customer so that retention can be done during this time. So it's depending on the ongoing promotions. It's depending on the festivals. So earlier, before this technology, we have to do it manually. So whenever any festival is come, you have to flow all the offers according to the data available in the POS application. But now from AI, whenever we implement AI, it's automatically done on the basis of multiple parameters we have already set. So yeah, blockchain, AI, and ML, the combination is very good for retail and restaurant chain.
So, Simran, tell me, what future technologies do you see coming in the restaurant industry which are going to ease the consumer journey going ahead?
With the future technologies, to be really honest, with the changing trends in the market, people are actually moving towards the healthier side of the food, the vegan side of the menu. A lot of restaurateurs, existing restaurateurs, and fresh entrants into the market. As an F&B consultant, we are actually curating couple of healthy concepts for a couple of our clients. In that, couple of them are actually the existing restaurateurs only, and they want to try the healthier side of the menu and the vegan side of the menu with their new concepts. And a couple of new entrants are also actually trying that. So in the future, we'll see a lot of vegan, healthy, chakras related concepts coming in the market. And
So is it
that will-
somehow
Yes.
technology linked?
Yes, so I'm relating to that. So a lot of apps, a lot of platforms are there in the market nowadays, and they are coming up in the market, which can easily tell you that in the whole day, if you want to have, let's say, 100 grams of carb, you can consume these food. With your kind of diet you would like to have, you need to have 150 grams of protein, 200 grams of carb. So these are the available options. These are the available restaurants around you. Or let's say if you would like to cook in your food in your home only, so you can cook with this kind of recipe. So a lot of technology driven thing will be coming up in this segment. It is already there, but yes, we'll see a lot of revolution into this in the coming years for sure.
So robotics also can we see coming into the picture soon?
It is already there at a very smaller level, to be really honest. The big restaurants hasn't tried it yet, but the smaller ones are actually in the trying phase of this. The success ratio is the profitability is there or not, that is still a question mark. But yes, a lot of restaurants are trying that. That might help the customer experience, because you need not to deal with 10 variety of captains or servers. Someone you don't like the attitude, someone you don't like how they are serving the food. So that kind of things can be eliminated if the robots can be implemented at the restaurant at the front end level. But still, that is still a question mark, that how much profitable that will be there.
Yes.
So smart coffee vending machine is an example in terms of robotic, because a smart automated coffee vending machine is a machine that you can get the coffee or any other recipe. You can customize it and you can get invoice from them directly. There is no need to have any person in front of this. So it's totally automated. So it's just starting in India. Out of India, there is so many examples available in the market in terms of robotic. Restaurants are using robots, but from India perspective, we are still very slow. We are working on that part.
So you're talking about the back-end perspective, and Simran, you were talking about the front-end perspective. Where do you want to fit in, Amit? Where do
So
you
I
want
would
to talk
say
about?
one thing, that the front end is something which is just shown in these movies as a that in the
But I've heard a restaurant in Bangalore has
yeah,
tried.
I mean,
Yes.
but they are doing that. They've done it. But the thing is, it's not going to be easy to do that. Replace humans to serve a guest.
Right.
That the robot cannot go and upsell. It cannot understand what that person wants. That is something we talk about 30, 40 years ahead. Imagine if some robot who can mimic humans and take and talk to the guest the way the a regular person talks.
But
In a
Amit, to be
business-
honest, technology is changing at a fast pace. We never knew that digitalization will come so early, which was slowly taking place in the restaurant industry. But the pace has increased manifold post-COVID.
So I agree that
we need some push.
So
to actually
there
for
will be
this
there will
right.
be. So I'm saying it will not be 100% robots cannot serve. It can be like some processes will be taken over by robots. For example, just picking up the food and serving it. That is something which robots can do. But the ordering has to be done by someone personally, maybe to upsell. And they want some human touch as well that time.
So can I feed the things in the robot, and then the robot can, because self-ordering kiosks are already there in the restaurants.
I was talking in the context of the segment which I am in, the casual dining restaurants, where it's a family dining restaurant. People come and dine from an experience. And QSR is more also convenience. That works for the QSR industry well. So it also depends which industry we're talking about. And as far as back end is concerned, that is going to be something which is, so it's like not like robots actually cooking food, but it's like robotic technology.
Right.
For example, there was a, so in Indian cuisine there is the kebabs are made on a sigri, where there is a, so imagine it's a flat sigri which has skewers of food, and the certain and the manually the guy is changing the sides every 2-3 minutes of the skewers. So we've worked on this some of this, my wish list, which I've given to the person who's developing the technology for us. That what if this same thing can be mimicked by the hand movement of a human can be mimicked by a robotic arm. A robotic arm is doing it with the app set for the how many minutes. Okay, every 2 minutes you just it pick up and turn it around like this. So different things which can mimic human action, and that's something, yes, is possible. And I'm not saying that it won't work, that robots will not be there in the future. They will be, but it's going to take some time in R&D. A lot of R&D is
Actually,
required.
so lots of time.
Actually, at a fine dining level, yes, I agree with Amitji that will be a little difficult to implement as of now. But when it comes to QSRs, where actually assembling of food is there, so there robots can actually come into the picture at the front end and play a very good role.
So we have discussed about how technology is helping enhancing the consumer journey at the front end, at the back end. And now I want to know, how can we digitally engage the consumers for a longer duration so that we get the loyalty out of them for a very long period?
So as far as we are concerned, so we what we have done is we analyze all our data. For example, the moment the customer comes into the to the door, we have a QMS system. The guest gives their number there. The number is now allotted a table, and that table we know what that table is ordering. Then we also send then the bill comes to that tables, and then also the feedback form comes to the table, and that feedback form is also linked to the number which we have. So we have analyzed all that data. So now what we have now implemented is a tablet. So when the guest comes, sits on the table, and the tablet is with the server, he knows the data of points like, okay, what were the last few times this guy came in, and what was he eating. The same way as in delivery. So in delivery, when we analyze for that, this guy has a trend that he likes this certain dish. Or for example, he comes usually on Wednesday and orders at this time, at a time. So all that data helps us to plan better for that, customize things for that guest. So when he opens his Instagram or Facebook page, we can actually target exactly what he would want to see. That, okay, this is, if he likes a certain dish, only that dish will pop out at that time. So it really reminds him, okay, now it's time for you to order your favorite dish. So these things like that. So all our marketing is also customizing towards the customer's taste, what he likes, and pushing that ahead for him. So that's also helps us a lot.
And actually reward points add to it. So let's say reward points, if you actually order from your own app, that actually helps you a lot. Let's say first coffee free if you order from your own app. All those aspects actually help a lot when it comes to the sales pushing.
Yeah, we do that. So we're tracking every visit. So every 6th visit, we offer a complimentary dal makhani to our guests, which is the main dish. So it's the number one selling dish. We don't give like any other dish. The main top selling dish we give to a guest who comes for the 6th time. Because that's a good reward for him to get.
So this is how you are digitally engaging your consumers.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Right.
But if we couldn't do that, if we don't have the data, we can at least get the data.
You can actually track them through, and their phones, their social media handles, and their mobile numbers only. Email is old now. Email marketing, email marketing, SMS marketing is old now. WhatsApp marketing is there.
How are you digitally engaging your consumers?
So I'm telling you the very practical issue in terms of retail organizations. Whenever the person on the stores are asking mobile number or email ID, sometimes customers are denied to give, right? So what exactly we do, we offer the link on WhatsApp or SMS to share the feedbacks. So whenever you open the feedback link, you have to fill 2 information, his name and mobile number. So this is how we are getting the information, because if we don't have any data, we can't run loyalty program. And loyalty program is basically just for customers, not for organizations. So what are the benefits we are having? We can provide only through the loyalty engine. So to understand customer behavior, customer journey from entrance to buy and get the products, it's totally based out of customer loyalty management engine. So this is what the technology point of views we are having in the organization.
and actually food businesses can easily offer these kind of things also.
Right.
The reason is very simple: out of their marketing expenses, one. Second, the kind of percentages they offer to third-party delivery platforms. So let's say if the customer is coming there by himself or by herself only, if you offer them these kind of reward points, these kind of discounts, there's actually no hassle also. The customer will feel obliged as well.
Right.
So we have seen technology taking over the restaurant business, be it at the back end, front end, managing the consumers, their demands, their needs, and matching the expectations. And we had a very wonderful discussion with the panelists. I would like to thank you for giving your views and taking the discussion ahead. Thank you for watching.